I was thrown in the fire. And I didn't even get a singe. You can't even smell smoke. Had I not been reading my word, I wouldn't know nothing about no Hebrew boys and how to relate that. I would have went straight into the world with her back and forth about that. But after I said that to her, I turned right around and started writing and typing. And when I tell you, seriously, everybody in the entire row but me was sick for about 3 weeks. But if I don't know the word, I can't use the word. Amen. I can't use the word when I'm in my tears and when the storm is beating me down and remind him, hold up now, you said that no weapon formed against me shall prosper. You said that you would not leave nor forsake me. You said. But you know where I got that from? Because when his son was in the garden for 40 days, everything that the enemy came with him at, he didn't say what he said. He said, my Father said. If you don't study to show yourself approved, you can't come back and say what your Father says. You can't apply it to your life. You can't do it. You can't examine yourselves properly if you don't know what his word says. I'm telling you what I've done and do every single day. I'm not hiding anything from you. I'm not pretending. I'm not trying to sound good. I shared with you about just this morning. I didn't have a good attitude with my husband. I shared with you about the pine saw. Listen, them ain't pretend stories just to have testimonies. Matter of fact, I left work at 1 o'clock yesterday so we could make it to the airport and get home on time. Our friend was in the yard waiting on us. I pulled up. Brother Cleveland wasn't there. I had the suitcases packed. He had put them in the kitchen. I walked in the house. Again, don't judge me because I ain't turned on no central air and heat. I used the window unit in the bedroom because that's where we at most of the time anyway. I walked in. As I got ready to go in the den, I noticed the den door was closed. Why was the den door closed? Brother Cleveland wasn't there. Opened the den door and the window unit was on. Why this window unit on? Ain't nobody here getting this good air. So I went on through, came back. I walked outside. Brother Cleveland walked on the right-hand side of the car, right on the left-hand side of the car. I said, why that window unit on in there, D? We going in the house. He told me, what you talking about? I said, you gonna pay half of that bill. So I'm telling you, my fault. Now I was playing with him yesterday. Now there would have been a time I wouldn't have been playing. There would have been a time that I'd have been looking at him really crazy like, oh, you gonna help pay that bill. Because ain't nobody in there getting that now. But I was playing yesterday. But in a time when I wouldn't have been playing, see, my focus was on my peripheral and not on my eyes wasn't set on Jesus. Because if I truly believe it's his will and his bill, then I'm not sitting here talking about you got to pay half the bill and you're going to buy some more dishwasher church and some pine saw while you at it. But the thing about it is, I have to be transparent. I can't sit here and tell you guys, okay, this is what you got to do to work and not share, myself. I have to share, but every single time there's been a checkmate. Last testimony. I was at work on Thursday. They had a meeting with all of us one by one. They wanted to try to do 50 claims a day. I've never worked production before, and I've been doing healthcare for 32 years. So I said, I'm going to sit in this seat, mind my business, and I'm going to try. Monday I did 52. Tuesday I did 50. Wednesday I got in there, and my computer was messing up, shaking a little bit. I only did 30. What I need to be in was going up and down. Thursday, I got there, and computer just was freezing, wasn't working, wasn't doing like it should do, and I could feel frustration rising. Now, nobody there but me. It's 6:30 in the morning, because they allowed me to clock in at 6:30 this week, so I could leave at 1 o'clock to catch my flight here. And by the time it got here, I said, hold up. I dropped my head, and I did just like this. Lord, please forgive me. for allowing frustration to rise in me when I haven't even come to you about the situation. Father, I've come to you because I want to make the production, because you told me in Colossians 3 to work heartily working for you. And Father, I don't want to let you down. I have made up in my mind to focus. But in order for me to do this work, I have to have the tools to use. This computer and the software is not cooperating, and I know it's man-made. But I ask you to bless me today to do what you have called me to do when you sent me here. In Jesus' name, amen. I logged into the computer. It still wasn't working. I tried this and that. Dear Lord, I've tried all the things that my eyes could see, but I'm coming to you on a spiritual realm. Lord, I need you to show up as you have done so many times in my life, so that I can live according to your word and follow the laws of the land. And the law here is they're asking is us to do 50 claims a day. In Jesus' name, amen. Log in. Got in. But I need to go in here, get referring position. It's freezing, it's freezing, it's freezing. Dear Heavenly Father, give me the wisdom and knowledge and understanding to understand centricity, greenway, site manager, work driver, and the errors of the thing that may be going on with it. Please forgive me for leaning on my own understanding and not thinking that if it wasn't spiritual or something according to sin, that I couldn't come to you. Lord, I thank you in advance for answered prayers. I thank you for working it out. And I thank you for the claims that I will complete today. In Jesus' name, amen. Logged into my email. It finally came up. I emailed computer help. I said, I have a project that has to be done. And it's time sensitive because it's according to his word. But I couldn't put scripture in there because you know how the workplace is. But I said, because it's according to his word. 5 minutes later, the computer guy came around, and I promise it was like somebody was chasing him. He said, Aretha, what's going on over here? What you got going on? What's happening? I said, the computer's acting up. I can't get in, and it's making a humming noise. I said, you just missed it. And he sat there and he did something. He said, let me go get you another computer. And I see them all the time. They go to other desks where we don't have employees. They'll get pieces from another computer. And he said, I'm going to get you another computer. And I said, okay. So he came back and he got the other one. He said, he's going to swap it out and I'll change everything on the thumb drive. And I looked at that computer. I said, is that somebody else's computer? He said, no. He said, that's a new computer. I said, new, used, or refurbished? He said, new. I jumped up out my seat. I said, thank you, Lord, for answered prayers. You gave me tools to do what I need to do according to your word. How many of us would have thought to pray for the tools to work properly to do, because his word says, follow the laws of the land. The law, what our word wants us to try to do at least 50 claims a day. Now, in the past, I've been like, well, I ain't gonna do no 50 today. Computer not working, sit here with my own phone. What y'all want me to do? But see, I ain't working for them. Amen. Amen. Ladies, had I not started studying to show myself approved, I wouldn't have known anything about Colossians 3:23-24. Nothing. Had I continued to allow my Bible to ride in the back seat, I would still be leaning on the world instead of the word. I would still be leaning on my own understanding. It tells me in Proverbs to trust in the Lord with all my heart and lean not onto my own understanding. So today, I will not leave here today going back to who I was before I came. I will fight with weapons that work, which is the word of God. Just because you can't see the enemy doesn't mean he is fictitious. The enemy the enemy will get behind somebody we can't see and control them. We have to fight, ladies. And we got to fight with weapons that work. Now that we have begun to honestly examine ourselves, let's begin our 30-day journey walking on the path of relationship with God. If you have signed the commitment and made it to this point, there will be no turning back as we spiral down the path of God's will, not ours. So move back, spring into action. Let your words be silent, ladies, and let your actions be heard, while keeping your eyes on the goal. I made this 5 years ago. Maybe 6 years ago, before I ever started traveling and speaking. I said, I got to trust in him that this is what I want to do. And I put on there, Aretha is traveling cross country to uplift, encourage, and inspire. Got all my stuff thrown in the back seat. So, and then I look at that today, and that is what I'm doing. Again, we have the workbook in the back. The workbook is normally $20, but you can get it for $15 today. The CD is just a 7-day encouragement, encouraging you day by day on what to do. Just showing you some of the things that I work on daily. We're having a 5K walk September the 9th for children battling sickle cell disease. And I have a few churches in South Carolina who has put teams together. They're coming down to be a part of that also. And they made donations, and I really appreciate it for that, because sickle cell is gone unnoticed for a lot of years and times. And some of us probably growing up saw children who's going to school with, they missed so much of school and everything. And every day I'm finding more and more about children dying from sickle cell. So my nonprofit works a lot with families that have children with sickle cell. We're having our first inspirational cruise. It will be February the 1st through the 3rd. We have until December to pay it off. It's just 3 days. I'm like Peter, walk on water. I'm stepping out again on faith to believe. On the first day, that Thursday, we'll leave Orlando at 4. On Friday, we'll be in Nassau, Bahamas. And on Saturday, on the Fun Day at Sea, I will give workshops on the ship. And then we'll pull back into Port Canaveral, Orlando on Sunday morning at 8 a.m. And then again, I think last time I checked the prices, it was like $658 for 2 people in a room. But you have until December to pay that off. I'm having a 3-day spiritual family conference in Atlanta at Stone Mountain Park next year, August the 24th through the 26th. I did bring some registration forms to leave here with you guys. And what we're going to do is, listen to this. You cannot celebrate improvement into your relationships. That was drilled in my head. I didn't understand it for a long time. You ever been in an argument with somebody, and I'll use Brother Cleveland and I, where we may have been at odds, and then we would go out to eat or to a movie. That's celebration. And we come back all happy and lovey-dovey, and then either that night or the next day we back at odds. That's because you can't celebrate improvement into your relationships. You have to communicate improvement into your relationships. So you have to sit down and talk. And you have to sit down and talk out what's going on in your lives. Well, so many times, more than I can count, I've been to ladies' retreats. And then the woman gets strengthened for the weekend, and she goes back home, and she finds the same situation that she left. And a lot of times that strength is sucked back out of her. So we put this together where it's going to be for the men. You don't have to be married. The men, the women, and the children. We're going to bring the whole family to the conference. You will check in on that Friday night. And I want to tell you something that nobody else knows. You're going to get a construction kit, because we're under construction. And what's going to happen is, how many of you guys have a lot of tote bags at home from going to, I got tote bags everywhere. Well, you won't get a tote bag at this one. You're going to get a hard hat, a construction hat. And you're going to get a name tag. That name tag may have on it Charlotte Battles, Winter Green Construction Site. It's going to tell you the construction site that you're going to report to on Saturday morning. You're going to come with your hard hat, and you're going to get a contractor's license. And in the beginning of those sessions, you're going to have to sign a contract surrendering your contractor's license, because we're going to follow the blueprint of the contractor who created everything, and that's our Father. And so we're going to have the men, the women, and then John Marshall's going to do the men, And then we have some ladies who are going to do the children. But we're going to have the sessions that morning, and you're going to have, you'll have the continental breakfast, you have your break, we have little snacks in there for the breaks. And then at 12, it'll be over, and you'll be on your own time. There's a spa inside of the Atlanta Evergreen Marriott, and I've worked with them with some discount prices. They're going to do spa treatments. I'll put that on the website, and you'll be able to go to their site and book and pay for that on separate. They're going to do some classes. They're going to actually do some water aerobics. I want to be the first to sign up for those. But they're going to do different classes doing your own time. Or you can go over to Stone Mountain Park. There's a shuttle bus that takes you from the hotel over to the mountain and the different things over there. But we're going to come back together at 7 o'clock that night for everybody's going to report to the main construction site. And normally you go and you dress up for the buffet party. No, you have on jeans, t-shirt, tennis shoes. You're going to eat dinner. But at each table is going to have a scenario. And you and your team are going to have to talk about that scenario. It may be, hey, the cable guy came out to hook up my cable. He was mad because they didn't approve his vacation time. And so when he left, I noticed I had every channel when all I signed up was for basic. What are you going to do? So each table is going to have a scenario. And you're going to go over that scenario. And then there's going to be a spokesperson from each table to come up and to tell what your scenario was and what you came together as a team to do. We're going to take out the celebration part, which you normally have when you go to these places, because when you do the banquet, this is information. We need information. We need information. So we're going to strengthen the entire family unit as a whole. So you will check in on Friday, and we'll have our services on Sunday. And then you all can hit the road and go back home. Stone Mountain Park is I love them. They have an indoor and outdoor pool. They have on Friday night, for those who I don't eat seafood, my husband does, but for those who want to eat at the seafood buffet, they have an awesome seafood buffet on Friday nights. I'm going downstairs to the lounge to get me a chicken quesadilla. I've never had quesadillas anywhere else that had that much meat in it, and they're awesome, for $9, because I'm cheap. But I don't eat anything but chicken and turkey anyway. I don't eat pork or beef. But it's going to be a fun-filled weekend. So if you're able to register and go, they don't have to be Church of Christ. They don't have to be in the body. They don't have to be even believe in God. Invite them. Give them a registration form. That's what we're there for. We want to be strengthened as a family. And then Brother Marshall told me you can't use conference and retreat in the same line. I said, yes, I can. Because I do all things to who? Christ, who strengthened me. So that's why we're doing the spa and the classes. So you go come in there.